Well, I wasn't even expecting to do a video today. Just down here on another family trip, this time down to Wilson's Promontory. We've had a look around the prom. And decided to pull into the Big Drift sand dunes on the way out of here. Got a nice stormy sky above us, and I thought, oh, it might be nice. You know, sand dunes, nice stormy sky, a bit of a long exposure. Get the nice clouds in the background. And I tell you, this is one of the hardest scenarios I've ever photographed. We've walked over here, I've just gone, wow, how good do these dunes look? The problem being, we've had that many people through here, because it is a long weekend for the public holiday in a couple of days, that there are footprints everywhere. So it's really hard to get that nice, clean sand dune look that I'm imagining. Now, one thing when walking through areas like this is to, I suppose, while I'm looking for a big vista of sand dunes, you know, just a single tree or big stormy clouds, you know, something really dramatic, you got to look for the finer details. Now, sand dunes get a beautiful contrast with the ripples in them, as you can see sort of over this way. Now I've got to look for the smaller details as well. As I'm finding out, there's not a whole lot of big trees around here. So a composition I've just found here is this little stick that's sticking out of the sand. And we've got a tree up the top of the hill. So what I'm doing is I've got a 10-stop neutral density filter on at the moment, just trying to bring a bit of movement into the clouds over there, which it's not coming out too bad actually. It's still, we're still about an hour and a half off sunset, so it is still quite early in the day. I'm not getting that nice contrast in the ripples in the sand just yet. But I'm going to keep having a little explore around and see what we can find. This is proving quite difficult, so time will tell what we can find, eh? Just looking for some composition that stands out and looks the part. I'm loving these clouds that are coming over. I've just got to try and find a way to incorporate them into the composition of the next shot. Another hard part about this, as I'm finding out, is trying to keep your wits about where you're walking, because you never know if you're walking through a potential composition. I might be leaving nice footprints in front of, I don't know, a bit of wood or a bit of grass that I really wanted to take a photo of. But the problem is, once I've walked through there, the shot's not that great anymore. It's going across some cool tracks here. They almost look like emu tracks. This place is grouse. Good place to explore. Good place to get some photos. I hope. I'll find out soon. I'm just coming up to some nice grasses. I can see some beautiful grasses over there, with some awesome textures in the sand right behind it, which could make for an awesome shot. I sound so optimistic, don't I? Considering I've got no idea what I'm doing here. We'll find out. I can see some more there as well. As I said, I'm just trying to keep these footprints out of it. Keep going this way, I reckon I'll find something. Well, I've reached the grasses that I was planning on the composition of, that I could see from further up the sand dunes. I don't mind it. I've flicked over to a vertical composition in this one, so I've got these beautifully textured sands leading up to this little bit of grass here. I've got the bunch of grass just up here on the first little part of the dune in front of me, leading into the beautifully textured dune behind it, and then you've got the awesome textured clouds up in the sky. Now, I'm not getting too much of a highlight blowout because the sun is, well, for starters, it's behind clouds over the dune, but it's also, because it's dropped down below the height of the dune, I'm not getting any of that direct sunlight, which is making this the lighting on this scene a lot easier. I don't think this will be as easy later once the sun gets lower, so I think it's working to my advantage that it's not quite sunset at the moment. Now, I'm liking this composition, but I'm still on the lookout for something a little bit more dramatic. That's what even though I didn't have any intention of doing a video, I did plan on coming in here just to get a shot or two, just something quite dramatic, but I don't know if it's going to happen. And I've got to start thinking that there's a bit of sand getting blown around at the moment at the top of this sand dune up here. I can see it's getting a little bit hazy on the top because there's a fair breeze coming over the top, which is starting to stir up the sand. So I'm going to just get up and have a look around and see what else I can find. Hopefully there's something of interest that just pops out. I've never been here before. I don't have any idea of what I'm looking for really, so I'll check in once I hopefully find something else. Well, it's getting quite blowy now. It's making it quite difficult because I've got sand coming up all over the camera. So in between shots I'm having to put my lens cap on just to keep the sand off it. Now, having a look around, I found a few little sort of twigs hanging out of the sand, which I don't know if you'll see it behind me at all, which I put the long lens on. Now keep in mind that's a big no-no, changing lenses in an environment like this. It's lucky I'm due for a sensor clean anyway. I get a lot of spots on my sensor. But yeah, just put the long lens on, and what I did was zoomed right in on the stick from down at the bottom of the dune. Zoomed right in on it, and what I was getting was basically the grey sky behind it. I was getting the stick coming up out the top of the dune, just a gentle mist across the top where the wind's disturbing the sand. So I was quite happy with that. Well, it's time to call it quits, guys. It's getting a bit blowy out here. Look, sorry it was such a short video. Was rather unplanned. Well, it was planned. I planned to come here for photos, not so much the video. I didn't really have much intentions of, well, didn't really plan on doing a video. I always have great intentions, but just see whether they get fulfilled or not. I've got the fun walk back up this sand dune now. Look, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video regardless, and the images that I've gotten out of it. Subscribe to the channel. Just keep an eye out for any new videos I put up. Hey, feel free to share them around too if you really want. Cheers guys, thanks for watching again, and I'll catch you next time.